Very good evening and welcome to the Public Global. Today we'll be discussing Modi and Trump meeting, which happened in Washington, and the meeting is yet over now. And Prime Minister Modi is on his way back to India. What exactly happened in this course of meeting? What were the main issues that were discussed? We are going to talk about that. First and foremost, we are going to discuss what were the issues on which this meeting had happened. There was a question of technology transfer. You remember that during Biden's administration, F414 engines were given for Tejas airplane, and the technology was also was promised to be given to the HAL, which is the Hindustan Aeronauticals Limited. This has been a long-standing transfer that India was looking for, and that happened in Joe Biden administration. But as of this meeting between Donald Trump and Prime Minister Modi, nothing concrete has come up on technology transfer. What kind of technologies would US provide? If you remember from the time of independence, when we started industrialization in the late 50s and early 60s, Russia came to our fore and helped and provided us with all the steel plants and all the iron ore equipment that we needed to, for mining and other purposes. But now we are looking forward to US to give us technology. However, no such agreement has yet happened. 2016 Defense Trade and Technology Initiative, which didn't materialize, was started by the Modi administration. This Defense Trade and Technology Initiative was with much fanfare started with Donald Trump, but nothing was mentioned in this particular meeting that what will happen about that. The foundation's agreements were not signed. However, during Obama's tenure, there were major defense partnership deals that happened between India and US. After Obama's administration, we have not seen much as far as defense transfer is concerned. However, in France, we went and did Rafale deal, and their specific conditions. We bought planes 3 times the cost of what the UPA government had negotiated. So that still stands under public scrutiny because not much information is available, because under India specific conditions, a lot of information was not given to the press and the free media. During Trump's tenure, there was strategic trade authorization category 1, which was signed, but then after that it went into a limbo and not much has happened on the trade authorization category. India has a trade surplus with the US to the tune of $60 billion or $65 billion. With China, we have a trade deficit of about $101 billion on total trade of $137 billion. That means that we are importing a lot of our raw material from China, processing it and maybe selling it to US. So US is cognizant of the fact, and will not allow any Chinese items to be sold to third world countries for processing and selling to US. So what kind of tariffs will India face because of its proximity to Chinese import is yet to be seen. However, as far as India is concerned, it is not equivalent to the NATO allies, because NATO allies has a lot of leverage with the US. In June 2023, if I take you back to June 2023, as state guest, Prime Minister Modi had addressed Congress, and HAL got the G414 technology for its Tejas engine, as I just mentioned. There were a lot of compact agreements which were responsible for catalyzing opportunities, military procurement, accelerating commerce and technology. However, immigration, which has been a main plank during Trump 2.0, because he's using a lot of strain and restraint and force on sending illegal immigrants back, Prime Minister Modi has affirmatively said that we will be also helping US out in terms of flushing out illegal immigrants from US. Now, whether they are from whichever part of the state, it does not matter. Uh, President Trump has very categorically told, Prime Minister Modi that illegal migration is a nuisance, and it won't be difficult to take your people back in shackles. So probably what Venezuela and Colombia did was they said we send our planes to get our immigrants back. We will use our domestic airlines to do that. But then India has not yet offered America that they will be sending their Air India or planes to ferry their illegal immigrants, whatever they're caught in. A list of 407 illegal immigrants is still with US, which is in the deportation process. How will they come back? Whether they will come back in American cargo planes or military planes, or they will come in civilian planes, is yet to be seen. As far as Quad 4 is concerned, foreign ministers meeting for a pushback happened, or the Chinese pushback happened in the end of January. However, there's not much information available. Is that whether Quad in its present form, is the four countries which are supposed to unite in terms of decreasing Chinese influence into the world trade, whether Quad would be as passionately followed by Donald Trump as it has been followed by, uh, you know, uh, Joe Biden administration. We will know in due course of time. Russia has got a surprise call from Trump, and proximity of Trump to Putin in terms of ending Ukraine war and allowing Russia to take care of all the critical mineral resources and gas, gas fields and oil fields. Probably, it seems that Ukraine would be pushed by America through Europe or NATO countries not to continue the war and accept whatever boundaries they have in terms of some ports occupation of Black Sea by Russia should be allowed, and they shouldn't cry foul. Whatever has happened, and we should move forward. This is what Trump wants. However, how will geopolitics play out between Russia and Ukraine? Whether Russia is going to stop onslaught on Ukraine, and Ukraine, Zelensky has a lot of his citizens to answer. Whether the uh, erstwhile Soviet Union, a portion of Ukraine, which is Russian-speaking Ukraine, would still remain with Russia, or would it come back to Ukraine? Is not a question that we have an answer of right now. But Polish-speaking Ukrainians would definitely be behind Zelensky. However, India has agreed to import more oil and gas from United States, which means that our import cost is going to go high. Whether our trade surplus of $65 billion would be able to absorb this kind of cost escalation, we will know in due course of time. However, the aim is to reduce the trade imbalance between the two nations. However, their discussions extended beyond trade between Donald Trump and Prime Minister Modi, touching on collaboration on space exploration and global security. You know that Tesla, which is owned by Elon Musk, is also has a satellite program called Starlink, which is 10,000 kilometers above the Earth level. They have their Starlinks, and latest news is that 120 satellites were brought down by some technical glitch. So, how this space exploration and global security codes would be exchanged between the two countries, we will see in due course of time. Uh, Major key takeaways are that during a joint briefing, PM Modi introduced the idea of Make India Great Again, inspired by Trump's Make America Great Again. Now, if you combine the two, it becomes mega partnership prosperity. This is what the statement came in. It's mega spirit that gives new scale and hope for our objective, whatever it means. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump vowed to move forward to facilitate building American designed nuclear reactors in India under the framework of epical civil nuclear deal sealed by the two nations over 16 years back, which happened during Manmohan's time, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's time. But then now it is when in the budget speech, Nirmala Sitharaman had announced that we will be also developing small reactors, modular reactors in public-private partnership. There was no mention of that during the talks that happened between Modi ji and Donald Trump. So it is to be seen whether small modular reactors are part of this nuclear civil deal, and whether America will allow technology transfer. However, the leaders announced that the commitment to fully realize the US-India 123 civil nuclear agreement by moving forward with plans to work together to build US-designed nuclear reactors in India through large-scale localization and possible technology transfer, according to a joint statement. Trump announced a slightly expansion in US-India military ties. He's always wanting that his warplanes and his defense equipment should be bought. Saudi Arabia has already announced that they will buy any equipment that Trump wants to sell to the tune of $650 billion. So US also wants India to build up squadrons for F-35 stealth fighter jets, which are also on the show, on the Aero Show in Bangalore. And also on the show is the Su-57 from Russia. It is to be seen whether India, which has already ordered Rafales, for their two squadrons. Whether India will go with Rafales, because it seems unlikely. Donald Trump wants India to buy F-35 Lockheed Martin's fighter jets. So, fifth generation fighter jets have been showcased in Aero India exhibition in Bangalore, demonstrating its advanced capability and stealth and combat operations. A major development in security cooperation was Trump's approval of the extradition of Tahavur Rana, an accused conspirator in the 26/11 Mumbai terror case. So, this is something which is a new development where anybody who is required for the terror attacks, masterminding, or the operation should be given back to the Indian authorities, and that's where India has scored well. However, on the illegal immigration, Prime Minister Modi has very clearly said those who stay in other countries illegally do not have the legal right to be there. As far as India and the US are concerned, we've always said that those who are verified and are truly the citizens of India, if they live in the US illegally, India is ready to take them back. So, without any protest, we have agreed to take them back. Both leaders have also set an ambitious target of increasing bilateral trade to 500 billion by 2030. PM Modi stressed that the need for energy secure future and stronger trade partnerships. Today, we also have set a target to increase our bilateral trade to more than double, reaching 500 billion by 2030. Our teams will work on finalizing very soon a mutually beneficial trade agreement. Also, PM's negotiation skills have been praised by Trump. Now, what kind of negotiation skills is he talking about, or is he just trying to humor him? Nobody knows, because during the press conference, Trump said, when he was asked between the two leaders was a tougher negotiator, he says Prime Minister Narendra Modi is a much tougher negotiator than me, and he's a much better negotiator than me. I think that's a given, that when you have a guest, you say like these things. But Trump is definitely a hard nut to crack, and that's what his contemporary and his opponents also say. Modi-Trump meeting also discussed some trade barriers. He says we have high tariffs from India, because of which India has trade surplus, and we're looking forward that India will remove those high trade barriers. And he acknowledged that on 28 to 35 items, India has reduced tariffs on imports from America. How will it accommodate other high tariffs, likely in steel, aluminum, and other things? We'll have to see. However, as I discussed in the other program, that in steel, it's too late, because we have been, we've had a 1.61 million ton of steel already dumped in by China because of the ease policies. How we are going to deal with that inventory, we have to see. Uh, there's another interesting thing, that US deep state has no role in Bangladesh crisis. This is what Donald Trump is saying. And he's saying, I will leave Bangladesh to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as if Bangladesh is up for sale. So these kind of statements, when Hasina fled to India on August 5, after several weeks of widespread student-led protests against the Awami League government, because she was the Prime Minister of Bangladesh for 16 years, Nobel laureate economist Mohammad Yunus has taken over the head as head of the Bangladesh interim government 3 days later, and he said that towards the end of the year he would be conducting the elections. However, on August 12th, the Joe Biden administration in the United States at the time denied allegations that Washington had interfered in the Bangladesh internal affairs. We have no involvement at all. The White House press secretary at the time had said any reports or rumors that the United States government has involved in these events is simply false, is not true. However, Chinese hand is at play, and Pakistan army and Bangladesh army are doing joint naval exercises, joint air exercises, and now for Bangladeshis, Pakistan is visa free. Why has it happened? What are the geopolitical scenarios between Bangladesh and Pakistan, and whether India will be alienated by China for its proximity to US? We have yet to see that. I hope you like the program, and we will bring in the latest information, whatever we can. I hope that you will write in the comment box that any other information that you may require, which I may incorporate. Thank you for now. Goodbye, and have a nice evening.